They say at WhatCulture, everyone's got a gimmick. An eel. A drink. A podcast that can be controlled. But the great ones, they use it to their advantage. They own it. They've got them right where they want them. The rest just haven't figured it out yet.
See, guys, anything's possible in the pyramid.
So, Uno!
Wait, are we not playing poker?
Well, this didn't work. Do you go back to Vegas?
Yeah?
Okay.
Welcome back to fabulous WhatCulture Mania Las Vegas. 4 nights, free entry. You'll be getting WrestleMania ups and downs live in the Luxor Hotel and Casino, and start spreading the news because we're bringing Raw and SmackDown watch parties to New York, New York. Plus, there will be even more huge announcements coming soon, so sign up and be the first to know.
Yes, anything really is possible in the pyramid.
Hello and welcome to the AEW Dynamite review. We are the Dudley Boys of WhatCulture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett and Michael Sidgwick here to review everything that happened on last night's episode of AEW Dynamite. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. We do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review AEW Dynamite, but also Raw, SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. Pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete with a very good quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As said, though, joined by Hamflett and Sidgwick to review last night's Dynamite. Apologies for the delay, but we're here to review all the fallout from AEW Revolution.
Not good. It's weird. AEW has, there's going to be a good match at a minimum on the AEW TV show, right? Okay. So it's kind of a different curve, I guess, but this was unacceptable as hyperbole, as a follow-up. But my goodness, AEW is like an entity, as a product, as a thing, felt so much smaller and colder than humanly possible after that sensational headline-generating Revolution pay-per-view. Don't know what the hell happened. My opinion of this ranged from that bit was awesome. AEW Dynamite is back to what the hell are we doing with this? I tell you what, there was one thing on this show, and they blew their beans with it early because I thought the opening was kind of fantastic across the board. There was something on the show that I actively hated because it ruined something that I was massively interested in and encouraged by. And I'm not dreading what comes next, but I'm like, my God, you their bed with that one this week. And Dynamite for the rest.
Yeah, I was probably a little bit higher than you on the good stuff.
There was a green bus that was driven to the arena.
Genuinely, I was like, oh, good for them. Like, I didn't, really, really, cringe at the sight of Jack Perry, and normally I do. And I was like, oh, bless him, this looks all right. It is... That's my genuine, honest doubt.
Oh, no.
It's buddy. Really... This episode, I think, this is not me trying to give a pass to Tony Khan here, reminds you of just how difficult it is to cultivate an atmosphere and a vibe, even when you've theoretically done all the hard work. Revolution was a terrific show, super newsworthy.
The form on TV up to this point has been stellar.
Yeah, it is still a job, it's still a task to maintain that and to sort of... this world that was Sunday is now Wednesday, and you've got to keep that going. And you do it in a lot of different ways, one of them being the continuation of programs or the sort of the uprising of new programs. And we got that here. So that's, if you're going down the little bullet points, you're like, well, that was a success, that was a success. But I don't know, it didn't, Revolution had that, God, this is the destination again for the exciting stuff. And I just don't know if it's in Tony Khan's promotional DNA to truly capture it and carry it forward. And that's fine because it's clear what is in his promotional DNA. Yeah. He does lots of that really well.
It'll all be fine, but when you say promotional DNA, can you remember, and we've been through this on the podcast before, what the main event was for the Dynamite immediately following the first dance. And again, doesn't matter that much because the Punk signing up until it all fell apart worked out wonderfully. He was incredible. Danielson was incredible. You know, AEW was hot until September 2022. But you're right. What was the main event after CM Punk's debut, Rampage, the first dance, the very next Dynamite? Theoretically, you are there's no theory at all. You are the most buzzed about wrestling promotion, planet Earth.
Chasing Raw's demo.
Hunting down Raw. Like, this is big stuff going on. What did Tony Khan book in the main event of Dynamite following that?
2021. It wasn't something like Luke Gallows or something daft like that, was it?
Somehow worse.
The Brock Anderson thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brock Anderson versus Malachi Black as your main event.
I've forgotten that. His face.
It looks like I win again. Yeah, it's just not how he...
A lot of people said I should have gone over Brock a few years ago, but I got it in the end.
Good. But yeah,
he's shifting himself there, isn't he?
It was Rousey that was the most striking one.
My brain is so broken that when you said Rousey,
yeah,
I didn't immediately think of the actual thing you've just said, Ronda Rousey. I thought you meant you were trying to compare it to Monday Night Raw. Rousey.
That, Sidge, makes complete sense. It does.
It does.
No, it was Ronda Rousey. Like, you pick whatever your favourite, like, big thing that happened at Revolution.
Have you been to a gig?
Yes.
Oh.
Who could it possibly be that he's been to see? Oh, if there was a clue.
Last night.
Oh, I was going to say, because your voice was giving us the creeps a little bit there.
If only there was a clue as to which group he went to see last
new?
night.
Yes.
That's nice.
From this store. Got this in red and I got it in blue as well.
Of course.
I was going to say, I'd like to point out, I saw him in that top in blue yesterday, and then it was red this morning.
I had a little bundle offer on if you want to get both. I was like, I think I want to get both.
When was this?
The gig was last night.
All right, where?
Boiler Shop.
All right. Who supported? Anyone had nah?
I didn't get there for the spot.
Right.
I was
Are you
watching
too old now?
Watching the Newcastle game.
All right. I remember you were saying all this was going on.
Yeah, that wasn't like a hate watch before anyone jumps down his throat.
No, my friends are Newcastle fans, so yeah. And that's why I
We
didn't
can
wear
all get along.
That's why I didn't wear this one. I made that choice. I was like, don't go to the pub and wear red and white. Don't be a dick about it. Like, and I'll wear it today.
Don't you look scared you're going to get chinned?
Well, a bit. You're a violent sort. No, like, Ronda Rousey was my favourite of the bunch, but you could pick your favourite. The Ospreay one that got bang right. But, like, I'll mention it now because there isn't really much of a window to mention it other than in the discussion of the Marina Shafir stuff. You would be forgiven short of a couple of clips, and it's just like, just whatevered it. And it's fine.
It's just what he does.
She'll be back when she's back, and it'll be class, and it'll be massive and that. But, like, I do kind of want the announcers to make it feel as if like
the
everything
complexion of the women's division has been irrevocably changed.
Mm-hmm.
Was it implied that she was behind the Tony? I know, like, Marina said, well, if I did that or if I didn't, doesn't matter.
They did a really ham-fisted job on commentary. I think it was like Tony Schiavone was obviously fed something from Tony Khan. The message wasn't clear enough. Guys, it wasn't Marina. You know that thing about an hour ago? It wasn't.
It wasn't Marina.
So yeah, and the fact
then when
that
they announced it as well, they just said it, didn't they?
Yeah, Brian was really thrown off by it. Tony's gone, what? Where? And it was like, it was really grisly, wasn't it? Like just a pool of blood by her head. Oh, Tony's dead.
Rest in peace.
God, these bloody idiots on the internet said that Ronda Rousey hasn't made an impact while she killed somebody. So what more do you want?
It did look suspiciously like when the Wyatt Six turned up, didn't it? You know,
Oh, don't bloody remind me of that.
Chad Gable's
he's been shot.
half off head.
He's been shot in the head.
But yeah, let's start at the beginning of the show. Excalibur does his usual. You know what because was he off last week? Was the week before?
Yeah.
He's got a week to make up for.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do that.
We get a recap of the brilliant Revolution pay-per-view. And then before this opening contest, I think this was where they were like, no Tony Storm tonight. Mini Shirakawa is going to step in for the no-holds-barred match against Marina Shafir. And then we got the returning Will Ospreay to a great reaction. He was taken on, of course, Blake Christian, whose nickname actually escapes me right now.
Vanilla, baby.
Yeah, he got a fantastic reaction, did Ospreay, of course. And it was nice, like...
Weak crowd.
Yeah. Fresno, was it? They were
Yeah.
I felt a bit sorry because I saw a lot of people obviously saying that of like, well, let's never take Dynamite back to Fresno. And there's obviously, whenever we talk about these things, there is going to be people who were there in the crowd and screaming their head off, right? And whether they're just not mic'd well or just there's not enough of them. I did feel sorry for some of them who were like, I was at the show, I had a great time. And everyone's like, screw you, Fresno, we're never coming back.
I thought it was very funny that, like, Darby Allen and Gabe Kidd in particular were getting pretty much now the stuff that they were doing and the stuff that you've just seen on the screen. What? I'm gonna get a drink. Anybody want anything? I'm gonna get a drink. Pretty hungry. Just for that kind of action that they're putting. No, for a piss probably.
Danielson talks about
It's a car crash break, isn't it? Come on. What?
I showed Scott Tailford that this morning because he normally sort of waits a few days, and I was like, I showed Phil, and I was like, Scott, you got to see this. this mad bastard's got it done on Dynamite before the match even started, and he went, "Wouldn't it be better to like run him over with a car or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, you wouldn't hurt yourself if you did that." But
Oh, Darby, you klutz. Flipped it.
We'll get to it.
I can't wait.
We will get to that. God.
But I suppose the good news as regards to what happened there, I asked Darby about it and he told me...
It wasn't my car!
You should never do this in an afternoon ever again. We got silly. Right. Yeah, Ospreay, great reaction for him, obviously. Danielson talks about having a neck surgery and how impressive it is that Ospreay's back in this incredible time. Blake Christian wants none of this. He was a very good sort of...
His face was tremendous.
He was like, because he didn't get an entrance, and like, he kind of made that factor that in of like, I'm not going to... No, I'm going out to the floor, dickhead. Ospreay knocks him out there, wants to dive, but Blake moved and hit a lariat on the floor, but Will fought back. Again, every time Christian's like, well, see you later then. Goes to the outside. He got a hit with a slingshot crossbody after that, but Will's too busy taking it all in, high-fiving fans. And Blake Christian hit a corkscrew dive and then just started targeting that neck on the top of the barricade.
His face was magnificent when he was doing this, Blake Christian.
It reminded me a bit of, remember that when that bloke tied himself to a post at Everton's football ground and the bloke, he's like...
Yeah.
Ospreay fights back after Blake Christian. It's on the timeline the other day. It was the anniversary. Yeah. Blake Christian missed a double stomp. Ospreay hit a forearm. He gets near fall off Pip Cheerio, but Christian hits a neckbreaker DDT combo. Ospreay comes back, but missed a standing corkscrew
What's a
splash.
corkscrew
Splash.
Not getting much wine out of that.
Christian hit a double stomp and a running DDT
Corks in this brew.
to the floor. Spring 50 splash got 2. Handspring cut, got another near fall.
I literally sprued your brains out.
Blake Christian's getting far too cocky though. He takes off his arm covering, flips off Ospreay.
That was good.
Missed, and Ospreay hit a hidden blade and got the 1, 2, 3.
It's all about the post-match. The post-match was class. I want to talk about how much I liked this match, and it was kind of bold, and I'm a fan, right? Excalibur ruined it. Will Ospreay is back, and dare I say, better than ever. Like, right, he still looks like he's the best wrestler in the world. But the idea is he's trying to convince you throughout the body of the match. I mean, I am sharp, but oh my God, this next stuff is going to be dangerous down the line.
Yeah.
I think Excalibur could have emphasized that before, his preferred blend of athletic action just got him all psyched up, I really liked this. I thought Danielson was great, conversely, on commentary, where he was like, oh, bloody hell, he's not getting a 3 count as this Blake Christian here. It's like, that's not meant to happen. How messed up is this dude's neck, really? Has he come back too quickly? And that was the story they told. I mean, it was pretty visually signposted by the kinesio tape. Will Ospreay, is obviously very much indebted to Kenny Omega. Stylistically, and the way he puts his matches together. He's considered like the successor, and they've worked together to tell the story, even Omega and Ospreay. And that with the Omega influence is very keen here. He's so good at the sports-oriented presentation. Look, it doesn't have to be, the UWFI, like for AEW to be a sport. They can just tell stories with a sporting principle behind them. The idea is, like, if you come back from serious injury, realistically, you ain't going to be like magically all better and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So the idea that Blake Christian, like in Ospreay's in that club, the 2.99 club, of course he is. He's kind of in the club of every great thing. He was, Danielson was amazing doing this, and I loved Ospreay. Just, it wasn't in the usual thoughtless template AEW. Oh well, the matches are all bangers, and we'll have the loser get something out of them. It was done with an explicit storyline purpose to make you think, God, has he come back too early? Obviously, he hasn't. He would not. They would not clear him. But the idea is they want you to think that because, well, hang on. It feels now destined. People have said this all along. Because of the location of All In London 2026, if nothing else, Ospreay's getting the MJF match then and there. But the idea by telling the story, and Ospreay's really great at selling now, obviously, is, well, if Blake Christian is getting 2.99s, Moxley's bulldog choke is going to give him serious bother. And when he hits that bulldog choke at Dynasty, because that looks like the match, get that Continental title off Moxley, by the way. I don't need Ospreay, your man, like the man of the company right now.
Yeah.
With that albatross, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. It's going to look like the neck is going to snap when Moxley's got the bulldog choke. I had a lot of time for this layout. And again, I often dislike it when AEW just does back and forth as for the sake of it. This was not that.
That was the exact thing I wanted to isolate for praise, was they got the amount that Blake Christian could get on Will Ospreay spot on here. And you see with AEW how difficult that is. Like the feeling of that like 50-50 match layout that ultimately leaves you a bit empty at the end, even when the obvious winner has obviously won. Like, it's clearly a difficult thing, either internally within AEW or just in wrestling full stop, to get that right and keep that character over, whatever. I thought they nailed this. I thought they absolutely nailed it. It was so enjoyable to watch the Will Ospreay mini story play out against like the backdrop of the typical AEW match. Gave him just enough, like Blake Christian, kind of a perfect opponent in that regard as well. Like way less clownish when it needed to be.
It looked like a mean little arsehole, didn't it?
Yeah, than the Rocky Romero thing that, you know, was like fantastic. But the difference as the match wore on was like, nah, it kind of needed to be like this.
He looked like he thought he was the dog's bollocks for beating Will Ospreay, even though the idea is worked. He might have come back too early. That neck is actually going to give him serious bother down the line.
And I've been critical of already on this podcast of like Tony Khan and the way he promotes and whatever. I'll offer praise, try and be balanced here. Like the Will Ospreay return, the timing of it, even the write out if you want, because you could have thought, oh, they're just not going to revisit this John Moxley thing because he's turned babyface now. But the timing of his return and everything that's going on here with the all-in tickets going on sale and those two things that Sid says, like everyone's thinking it, but so they should really. The whole thing being linked. Here's your top draw. Here's your top star. He's coming back into a major position. Can he go? Like, how's his neck? Buy the ticket. Find out. Come to the biggest show of the year. That whole deal. That's the promotional machine I like to see. That's that kind of function that I actually appreciate about a wrestling promotion, and they've really nailed it. I imagine they'll get like a healthy first. That first WrestleTix number will be relatively healthy, and so much of it is wrapped up in this Ospreay return. Like even the first video that was a bit like, oh, he's back now. That was when they confirmed, like double confirmed Wembley, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So this has been really well, like planned out in a meeting room somewhere. I like that.
Post match, Ospreay takes the mic and tells the fans, "I've bloody missed you lot." Calls out John Moxley, saying the difference between them is he doesn't need a weapon to snatch someone's neck. He can do it with his bare effing hands.
My bare f***ing hands. That's what he said.
He did. Out come the Death Riders. There's Mox and Wheeler Yuta. Ospreay, that just runs at him. The fight's on in the crowd. Utah's taken out of there. Ospreay hoys a trash can at Moxley, takes him to the ring, teases a Tiger Driver, but then there's Pac to blindside Ospreay and put him in the brutalizer. And security and referees have to separate them. Music for the Bang Bang Gang hits. They come out for their match, obviously. And as Pac's being taken away by security, Ospreay just flies in, leaps off the stage onto him, and they brawl to the back as well.
Blistering. I thought this was absolutely fantastic. So much so that, you know, for my sins, I do still use Twitter. Come X. And, well, I did sort of like, it's one of those Dynamites where the more you think about it, the more a squandered opportunity and a flat show it felt like. But I was kind of surprised by the impulse reaction, because if you want your main events, you know, your top guys to look the business, and that's the most important thing, you could say, like, above all else, like, AEW had a good night, because this Ospreay Mox thing immediately feels red hot. Like, yeah, the terrible adventures. Well, they're not terrible, but the kind of what we're doing here, adventures between the Callis family and the Death Riders, felt like just get an excuse to get 2 months of matches out of these two, because we kind of need to wait for Ospreay to arrive. The actual brawl felt amazing. This lack of, I'm not waiting for anything, I'm going to kill you now. Why wouldn't I have spent 5 months or however long it's been thinking about this moment? Like, I don't want to sound like the worst people alive, but this is pro wrestling, baby. Like, in a landscape of everything feels like some kind of worked shoot line and some edgelord response to said worked shoot line. Someone got their neck broken. They've decided, well, dickhead, I'll break your neck for a neck. And he's even managed to, like, position himself as the baby face for this ostensibly vile act of, like, well, you used the chair back and I've got the Tiger Driver. The tease of it was great. Danielson, again, great night on commentary for him. I don't think we praise him enough, really, for what he has brought to the booth, where he kind of had, like, that PTSD of, like, oh, God, I think he's going for the... And then they cut it off. And, oh, my God, Pac. I was terrified when he was in that brutalizer. He wrenched that sumbitch. And, you know, usually, and I'll say this again on the preview, so I apologize in advance, but usually it's like, well, this wrestler is feuding with this wrestler. Guess what? He's going to have to go through all of the stablemates first on telly. I've been doing this for 7 years. Think of the structural differences in the WWE TV show, the WWF TV show between 1990 and 1997. I think people don't realize that it's kind of okay to be bored with this AEW stuff at times, you know, more than people are prepared to admit. And yet, I mean, it's Ospreay versus Pac, and that's the measure of Ospreay and why he is, in fact, the guy, because you kind of think, all right, okay, well, such and such is feuding with such and who. Such and such is going to have to wrestle. I get it. Can we get on with it? Ospreay's so special and so great that almost every single match he could possibly have with him on the left side of that graphic and any else on the right, it's kind of going to be great, or at least, like, I want to look at that.
Is Ospreay and Pac going to be Dynasty in order to delay the Moxley match? Because it's only like 3 more Dynamites away, isn't it?
It is.
Quick turnaround.
It is. And if they're doing Swerve versus Kenny
next
week
on Dynamite,
do you need Pac Ospreay? I don't know. I don't know. I'll take it.
It's a pretty cool back-to-back Dynamite if you've got
Double or
Swerve and
Nothing's
Kenny.
what, 2 months away?
Yes, Double or Nothing's May. So, like, you know, you're looking at like 4-week turnarounds-ish now. Yeah, I was just thinking, because, like, what does this do to that Death Riders, Don Callis family, Anarchy in the Arena thing, potentially?
I don't know.
Like, do Ospreay and Moxley shake hands at the end of all this, and then Ospreay helps them out for that 1 month cycle? You know, there's, like, ways to go with this, isn't there? Like, it feels like they could do Pac at Dynasty and still have lots of room to keep Ospreay busy, because that's sort of the trick, isn't it? You've got to almost hide the reality with Will Ospreay until you get to the Owen. Only then can you be like, this is what we're doing. In the meantime, the revenge mission is, we all just have to go along with it. That's what's happening there.
It was,
look over there.
It was blistering, all of this.
He's class at them, by the way. Do you remember the Kenny Omega one where they both climbed?
Yeah.
He's brilliant at that. Like, you always use the Young Bucks running through the camera in the early Dynamite.
Like the invisible wall.
Ospreay's great at that.
Yeah. It just feels like he lives it, doesn't he? He lives every second of it. Blistering, and more wrestlers should say the F word. Oh, they should. Stop being lame. Let them do it. It's cool.
Bit big smile on Code, like teenager smile when he was about to do it to The Rock, wasn't he? He could barely hold his excitement. I'm going to do it.
This obviously led straight into, though, Mox and Yuta versus the Bing Bing Ging, being represented here by Juice Robinson and Ace Austin. Yeah. Austin Gunn there as well. Danielson very happy with how ugly Yuta is with his head shaved.
Schiavone was funny here because Danielson said, does he look ugly with that head shaved? And Schiavone said something like, he's always been ugly.
Yeah.
I think Wheeler Yuta's a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Very good bone structure.
I like the boots here. I quite like the new Wheeler Yuta look.
Yeah.
To go along with the shaved head. Not on Juice.
Bang Bang Ging.
He's not had a look right.
Can't get his look right at all. He's tried 50 of them.
And at no point.
He's had so many bad looks lately.
Yeah, I know, what's his problem?
Bing Bing Ging are in control early on, but an eye rake allows Mox to come in, and he goes after Robinson's eyes as well. There was a stalling Death Valley driver from Ace Austin on Yuta, and a dive takes out Moxley, but unfortunately he gets a bit too cocky, does Ace Austin, and then he gets shoved into the steps by Yuta to take us to a break. When we come back, Mox has got Ace Austin in a crossface with his chain in his mouth. He rolls to the ropes, though, and fights back with a roundhouse kick to wobble Moxley. Yuta comes in, cuts off the tag, but eats a sunset flip kick and gives Juice Robinson the chance to come in. Daniel Garcia is there on the apron. He gets taken out by Austin Gunn, though, I think. Moxley tries a sneak attack on Juice Robinson, but eats the left hand of God, as does Yuta. High stack powerbomb on Wheeler Yuta. He kicks out, though, just. There's a springboard kick from Ace Austin. He wants the big shot to finish it all off, but he runs into a Yuta Busaiku knee, and Mox hits Robinson with a cutter. Yuta dives to the outside, and Moxley hits a huge Death Rider on Ace Austin for the 1-2-3.
I'll level with you. We are recording this a couple of hours later than normal. I've forgotten some of the action in this match, but I think it would have been forgettable regardless. It was the Hamflett. I still hate him. I resent him, and I'm jealous of him for coining this. Wrestling happening in front of me where I'm not interested in the characters. It's not such a high standard that I'm just into the action in and of itself. Well executed moves just in the correct order. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I can remember two things from this, right? I was in a decent mood watching it at the time, so just in the Ospreay thing and that Mox stuff, which already is class. I remember two things from this match. One of which I thought, that's a good bit of storytelling, actually. The other was like, right. Do you know when you'll hear, maybe not years and years later, that if you watch any given pro wrestling TV show, you will see something happen on it that really is only happening because one of the wrestlers wants to pop people backstage.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't really notice it, but that's the point. Did you notice Ace Austin going for the hot tag here? The camera was right on his ass. And he's, do you like his legs? Yes. He's got an unbelievable set of pins and buttocks, right? He's like one leg standing on the apron, the other one's kind of like, you know, that dog piss pose. The dog pissing up a tree pose.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And he starts twerking.
What does that look like for people who don't know what that pose is?
There we go.
Just in case, you know.
So he's doing that.
Thanks, Sidge.
He's doing that. He's twerking out. And he's kind of famous for, like, people are thirsty over Ace Austin's legs. And I reckon he's done that either to pop someone backstage or he wants to maximize his minutes. I'm shocked given the extent of the thirst towards Ace Austin's succulent arse, right? Big, plumpy, delicious thighs.
Arse Austin.
Yeah, that no one sort of slowed that and zoomed it in. The other bit, the other actual good bit, right, is that I like the interplay between Mox and Wheeler Yuta. What are you laughing at?
Succulent arse. I'm thinking of the Simpsons pig with the apple in the mouth, like just a succulent arse going around and spit with an apple.
Yeah.
It's still good.
It's Austin's arse flying through the sky.
It's always been good, baby. The proper pro wrestling analysis that people have come to expect from this podcast is coming now. I like the interplay between Moxley and Yuta, where you can get the job done on occasion, but every now and then he's reminded of his humiliation. He's just this hapless idiot who isn't as good as he once was because, I've got my head shaved. I'm all right, dick me now. Look at me. You mean it's not all right now? That's where he's at now.
Yeah.
So Moxley just basically grabs him, Irish whips him into a dive on the outside.
Yeah.
Like, get him, dickhead. I'll deal with this one. Good stuff.
Yeah.
For 2 seconds.
Yeah. Nothing to add.
Yeah, I did have a sense of like that you said this wild brawl with the Death Riders and Ospreay, and then I did just go, oh, now the obligatory Death Riders match from AEW Dynamite, like you say. When then it was fine, but like you say, it was just another. There we go.
I'm going to sound like such a raging hypocrite for
You are constantly.
Nah. But so there's that taken care of.
Yes.
No, but like I believe strongly in presence on TV shows. If you are a pushed and used character, I don't like rotating rosters. Like I feel like I've been fairly consistent.
Yeah, I haven't, except when it comes to John Moxley.
Yeah. He is the rule-proofing exception. You don't have to wrestle every week, and as a stable, you don't have to be in these multi-mans every week either. Like, he is probably the one guy in this roster that doesn't require that level of constant care and maintenance and attention and all of that. Like, and if he bloody loves wrestling so much, why don't you go and do it on Collision, where they all do? Like,
Probably does, for all we know.
Yeah. Yeah. But
he's a draw, obviously.
I know.
You know what the purpose of a wrestling business is, don't you?
Yep. I would love it if he could switch out 50% of his matches for promos. Like John Moxley used to be.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that
guy,
massively.
The promo guy. Like, still my favorite thing of recent times hasn't even been what he's done in the ring. Like, it was like everything's fine when I win the
push-ups,
SCT.
I'm still hard.
Yeah, like he's got that as well.
Yeah.
It's his praise in a way. There's so much he can do when he's firing.
In a way.
Yeah.
I like you, Moxley, in a way.
Yeah, half the matches.
Yeah.
Swap out two per month with promos instead. You would get the same point across as well.
Rare agreement.
There's a video package ahead of tonight's Coffin match with the history between Darby Allen and Gabe Kidd. And we go backstage to Kidd, who welcomes us to the end of Darby Allen, but he's not waiting to get in the ring. Meet you in the parking lot, you rat, he says. Funny you mentioned rats, actually. But before we get there, there's footage of Kenny Omega backstage after Revolution saying...
Sound on this was so funny, wasn't it? You could hear obviously the building getting broke down. So, out of the way, mate, I'm moving the board through. Like, and I'm going to be the number 1 contender. Excuse us, mate, we're out. Just like, big lorries going past there. I'm going to be the number 1 contender. Excuse us, mate, where am I putting this ring? Like,
it did remind me where we had to shoot one thing once for WCPW, and we were meant to be like in this old abandoned warehouse with, I think it was Prince Amin, and it was like, I was like, okay, we're just gonna have to grab this during the show at some point. And like, he's there. I can't remember what even the scene that was happening was, but like halfway through, the grizzled young veterans theme just starts blasting out right next to us. Well, level now, we'll film that just outside next to the venue. Carry on. Yes, but long story short, yeah, Omega wants a match with Swerve Strickland, wants risk, and says, why don't you put this number 1 contendership that you've got, Swerve, on the line for the world title. And yes, commentary go, oh yeah, by the way, because he beat Brody King, number 1 contender.
Was this a good...
Arse backwards, yeah.
No, was this a good detail badly executed? Like, Kenny Omega having the inside track factors in
as
why
the
we
EVP,
get to where we get to. And I just think they did a terrible job of illustrating this. The commentator sounded rattled by it. You know, the Swerve put it over as like, which I've just found out about. Like, that completely justifies why Swerve wants the power that he claims to want. Like, I think there was a good detail.
I like that
intended
analysis, and I think it's nice. I hate all of this, and I will tell you why when we get to Swerve's promo. My goodness. Oh, God, Swerve and Kenny, how have they messed it up? They might not have, but my God.
So we go outside in the parking lot. So
what does Gabe Kidd say? Gabe Kidd?
I can't remember at this point.
I'm sure he's like, come on.
Yeah.
He is, isn't he? He's like, I'm ready for this, Darby.
It's got that Indian Dragunov. Like,
Yeah.
too much of a lust for the violence.
Yeah.
But he has to dive out of the way of a car that's just pulled up. Darby Allen gets out and they...
Come on, I'm ready.
Darby Allen gets...
Basically, I'm ready for this.
Darby Allen gets out and they brawl. Gabe Kidd powerbombs Darby Allen on the hood of his car. Kidd yelled, "It's time." Darby Allen goes for his eyes, goes in his backpack and pulls out a chloroform rag or whatever to smother Kidd.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. And chucks him in the boot of the car.
He wasn't my car.
I love this bit so much.
Says, "Let's ride."
You know what? I'd be totally f***ing badass. I flipped that almost immediately. Okay, Dobbs.
He gets in the car.
It's like the action film version of the bit in the in-betweeners when he just falls off the motorbike straight away.
You know what it is as well? If you want to use another analogy to something you really don't want to compare this to, if you wanted it to be good, it's like, you know, the second gag in that infamous Springfield Gorge episode.
Yeah.
Of the Simpsons. So Homer thinks he's cleared the gorge. He hasn't. He falls down, and he looks like he's dead. He gets airlifted out of the gorge, put immediately into the tree, and he falls back down. It's one of the best gags.
It drives into a tree, doesn't it?
It's one of the best gags ever. What did Darby Allen want to achieve here? Other than it'll be badass if we do this.
Badass.
Oh my god!
Way more. Let me put you in here where you're a bit safer with what I'm about to do. Thanks, Darby. Right, off we go.
So yeah,
Darby Allen is a 14-year-old A-fedder of a pro wrestler.
You couldn't really believe what you were watching, could you?
It was a bit where I thought, oh, okay, I get it. He's put him in the car, akin to, what was it, like Shane McMahon and Kane, where he's like, have a nice ride, and he sends it right
Yeah.
to the...
We know he's been kidnapped in a car, so this is,
Yeah.
classic wrestling turnabout is fair play. That's what this is.
The boot drop reveal was so funny. Like, fair play. That's some good physical comedy.
I don't think that was meant to be.
I know.
Yeah.
That is wild, isn't it?
I
That
know.
is wild. They've landed on like some brilliant, like Chaplin-esque physical comedy in this. I'm the biggest f***ing badass ever. I'm the car flipping next world champion. Crawls out. It's like, look at what you've done to yourself, you stupid. You climbed Everest,
I know.
you thick twat.
It looked like, because he just plopped out really of the boot. It just looked like he got mildly disoriented and then just plop. You know what it reminded me of? Again, in a classic episode of comedy, the South Park, where Eric Cartman theorizes that if you shove food into your arsehole, you will it out of your mouth. And then he's like, and then it's the most disgusting, slow, and then it goes.
Change the noise at the end when it works.
Blop. That was Gabe Kidd coming out of the boot. Just a plop.
So what's happened yet?
Look. Plop.
So yeah, he backs the car up.
You shove food at your arse, you can outgame kids.
Everyone knows that.
Oh, God.
He backs the car up, guns it, and drives about 5 yards and flips on his roof.
It's a good. Does he try to flip it on purpose? Obviously, yes. Good, because
I like to think that's the way he parks every time he comes to Dynamite. He throws the keys to the valet. It's the one that's on his roof over there.
Such a short distance.
just imagining gif of Shawn Michaels with the binoculars. It's like we're CM Punk looking at this vehicular devastation
I've
as he's about to headline WrestleMania Night 2, just going, Great. They're still doing that over there and just walks off.
I've just timed it there. It's 4 seconds. 4 seconds from acceleration and he's flipped the car. Oh, that is something else.
How, like, in this world that was this car park that's now an action film, how out of place did that little production truck look as all this, like, perfect
I
little
know.
crate he's got? I'll just grab it. Just could have, like, thrown him through it. So get on this. Gargs yourself on this and take it for a ride. Like,
So
He wasn't my car.
puts him on a loading case, rolls him into the arena. The fans are so quiet. I was like, they don't care. He's called him a rat. We talk about rats pissing on cotton all the time, and it's right there. He just killed someone.
oh, God.
I suppose there's a funereal atmosphere for this Coffin match that's about to start. But he's the reason. It's his flight case as well, I've just realised. He hasn't just grabbed any old flight case, because doesn't he get the straitjacket from inside of it?
Yeah. So he's brought
So
that.
he brought that in
from home.
advance. He's brought that
He's had to pay extra to get that flown over because
Yeah.
he couldn't put it in his car because he was leaving the boot empty for Gabe Kid. You can't not fit one of them in the back seat.
Right, so he puts the straitjacket on Gabe Kidd, but he can't properly buckle it all up because as he sets up for his skateboard shot, Kidd kicks him low, sends him into the ring steps, busts him open, bites at the forehead. Kidd opens up the coffin. That says pushing up daisies on the inside. Kidd yells that he bloody loves this, smashes Darby Allen's fingers in the coffin, body slams Darby Allen in the ring on the skateboard, wheels side up.
I mean, that was badass.
Yeah. He wants an avalanche pile driver in the corner, but Darby bites free and hits an avalanche code red. But Darby Allen gets the straitjacket sorted, hits a scorpion death drop. But as he goes up top,
Sorry. Just like, well, did try and kill you spinning a car through the air, but didn't. Gonna have to go to the old reverse DDT scheme.
Yeah, I know.
See if that,
I know,
it's borderline Wyatt in it when they grab a hold. You're like, well, hang on.
I
Like,
know.
you've got your magic powers. Like, it's the MJF match and the whole thing. I do it, but like, don't you ever get it. You must never be permitted to hold that belt ever.
It's getting worse.
Kidd kicks the referee into the ropes as Darby's going up top. Kidd hits a no hands power slam, leaping enziguri. Kidd charges into Darby Allen on the apron, lands, doesn't go properly fully into the coffin. Kidd tries to slam the lid shut, but Darby Allen gets free and stops him, bites the nose. Skateboard shot to Kidd in the ribs and back. Repeated coffin drops connect as well. Darby Allen drags Kidd to the floor and hits a tope. That was a nice spot. He knocks Kidd into the coffin and immediately makes the lid fall. Darby Allen is the victor. And after this, Darby Allen takes a mic and says he's going to hold that throttle until he sees God or the AEW World Championship. Tell MJF, I'm coming.
There's no such thing. There's nothing good. How am I phrasing this? There is no such thing as like a silent reaction to any match. The goal is to manipulate the audience response, and you measure that by volume. That's the goal, the psychology of it all. There's something particularly almost like darkly funny about this particular match getting so little of a reaction. It was just so stark and like uncomfortable viewing, but not in the way that they intended. It's like they were doing awful things to each other. They had these grand ideas of how to make this match work. Like the idea of Darby being the one to not, like Darby's opponent being the one unable to use their hands. Like sweet revenge for everything Darby's had to endure at the type of heel that Gabe Kidd is. And there was some thought here, but it was just so elaborate and so try hard. And I tell you now, Gabe Kidd, when he leans on the like unstable element of his wrestling character, it is so cringeworthy. It's better when he's a thug, a pure, straight thug. They've had amazing physical chemistry in their really first sort of coming together moments in an AEW ring. This was the worst impulses of both wrestlers together. Darby Allen and his weekly crusade to become yet more cringe. Gabe Kidd, who's desperate to portray the idea of I'll kill people, I'll make you push up daisies. Just be a thug. Please be a thug. You're much better as a thug than all the way into an actual psychopath. I was thinking about this because Darby Allen is bordering on a joke territory now. He's flanderizing himself to an absurd degree. Speaking of absurd as well, I made a joke on the preview yesterday of like, well, it's an unsanctioned match, so Darby can't then go for the world title after staking it. It was unsanctioned. It doesn't count, so they've just completely pissed that away. Not that the rankings matter, but, this is basics, and you don't get to come after the champion after this.
Look how the contenders have been arranged this year. Tournaments and
Yeah.
like you have to win and win and win and win and keep winning and form, and it's like they've really taken care of that.
Other than this, I was thinking about Darby Allen, right? There is a Rushmore of AEW wrestlers who have clear, like, creative control and influence over Tony Khan for better and or worse, sometimes both. MJF, Moxley, Jericho are the three who really who just seem to have the most leeway, identity over their direction, for better most of the time. I mean, sometimes for the worse. Darby is up there in terms of, Darby can do whatever. Should he? It's reaching a point of, like, the dude is wrestling and performing his character like a 14-year-old Eve-fedder who hasn't been told, it doesn't work like that because it's stupid. Like, so I'm thinking I set my opponent on fire, and then, then I cut off his dick, and then, I shove it down his throat, and then he it out so he reverse himself, and that's how kind of a badass I am. I'm the ultimate badass. And then I run him over in my car. Next time I'm gonna set a shark on him. All this deranged stuff.
Like John Moxley whipping Wheelie U, but it's Darby with the shark.
Yes.
I'd bring my shark from home. He's in a flat case.
We have
full of water from a fish tank.
We have a Great Barrier Reef match, and we have a fight on a raft, and then I throw some flesh into the ocean, and the Great White start to circle around, and then I just for the hell of it, I jump in as well. Just what do I need arms for? I don't need hands, obviously.
They bite my dick off, and I reverse myself.
It's like it's this absurd nonsense you come out with 2014 because you think what's wrestling's missing? This stuff, like he's becoming a bit of a joke, Darby.
God, this is just pure speculation on my part, but really, just how much influence in all the good ways did Sting have on that? Like, he must have just
slow it
down, by which I mean the car.
Yeah.
Like, they still did mad stuff, and if anything, it was mad that Sting was doing any of it. But
a lot of it was cooler, and it was in the arena, and people could react to it.
Yeah. Oh, God. Felt a little bit sorry for them. The match got nothing, but I did really appreciate, I've taken the piss out of Scorpion Death Drop a bit, but they did try to make this as unwrestling a match as possible, knowing that they were going to have to follow the stupid little set piece they're done with the car. You really cannot grab a hold after you've done that. And they tried quite hard they still did it, but they tried quite hard to avoid that as much as possible.
And you've got to put over, I know we can be too irreverent at times, as evidenced by the last 10 minutes of everyone's lives, where we just sometimes gloss over, what an unbelievable feat of athletic ingenuity that was, and we can be dicks. We can be complete arseholes. Doing, like, the hands-free power slam was ridiculous on both their parts to do that safely. Mm-hmm. Like, actually great, in a weird way, technical wrestling.
After that, we see...
Oh, sorry, one more thing. I'm so sorry. Like, Shivani hasn't looked like this since WCW, but there was a proper Titus O'Neil after the Firefly Funhouse vibe going back to the commentators before Darby wheeled him out. The three of them are on camera, and it's like, it's a 3-shot, and Brian doesn't know where to put himself, and Excalibur's just Excaliburing out about, that definitely just happened. I wonder what's going to be next in the ring.
Yeah.
Shivani's saying nothing.
Yeah.
Like... If it was WCW, you're like, well, near fatal car accident wasn't on the format sheet.
But after that, we see footage of Jack Perry getting ready for the show tonight. He's got his new national title. And he leaves the house, and there's Luchasaurus with the Jurassic Express bus. And Perry feeds his pet squirrel before jumping onto the bus. And they travel through California. They've got stopping for gas. And then Perry gets out with his bag saying Jurassic Express have arrived in Fresno. Revolution was a great night for him and his family, but tonight he teams with two guys he also considers family. And there's the Young Bucks. They say it was a rough night at Revolution. But what example would they be setting for their kids if they just gave up? Instead, they're going to fight back to the top, and it starts tonight against someone they thought was a friend, Kazuchika Okada. Luchasaurus yells out, bitch, as they go to a commercial break.
I thought this was so incredibly lightweight that it was actually effective in making Jack Perry a charming babyface. Like, they have gone as far away from that kind of weird hybrid he was of the old heel Jack Perry and this renewed Jungle Boy, you know. Jungle Man was kind of what he was for a bit, you know, like still making knives out of knives. Like, I think this is, I know it's like plays maybe to some of my wrestling sensibilities just be very silly, but I honestly think it felt beneficial, honestly, to like, Jack Perry can just be, who else is like just a kind of a bit of a man-child, nice baby face? There's not many in AEW. He's kind of can occupy that spot. Like, I don't know. This was. I'm not saying it was great or anything, but I can imagine it getting quite a few pelters, and I don't know. I think they've just had an idea, and it worked on me.
It's weird. It's kind of bleak, really. I mean, I'm a cynical bastard, so I'm probably the wrong person to talk about it. But 2019. It's Jungle Jack Perry, goddammit. I ain't calling him Jungle Boy. Jim Ross is doing it like that. Yeah, the idea would be, he's like very, very, very young. It's going to be cool to watch Jungle Boy like shed this sort of like knowing anachronistic gimmicks and skin and then just be a wrestler. Didn't work out so well, so now he's Jungle Boy again. It's a bit like every day I get older, these squirrels say the same age. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm not saying that he's having sex with squirrels, but I am saying he's having sex with someone with, like, someone that stole something in their cheeks and it's energy.
I got my nut.
What I'm saying is, it's weird that he's playing Jungle Boy.
I'm banging the hardest squirrel in the place.
He's playing Jungle Boy when he's it's just, when he's 50, it's going to look weird. So it's already starting to look a little bit weird, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Squirrels, they're the same age.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
I did not think that reference was coming when he started that sentence.
I didn't mean either. We go back to the ring. Prince Nana's there to introduce the most dangerous man in AEW, who showed it against Brody King at Revolution. Swerve Strickland. Look at him. Power, he says.
Oh, God, this sucked ass.
He went to war with Brody King. The only winner of war is the one who has power. Yes, he did enjoy beating Brody King in his hometown, but he's always had to deal in organizations with power, from independence to developmental, he mentions. He says, look, if it wasn't for the Young Bucks interfering in my match last year, I'd be a 2-time world champion. And this brings us to Kenny Omega. Just found out he's the #1 contender for the world championship. But what's that mean if he doesn't have
How did he say?
#1 contender for the world championship?
Awkward line reading, to say the least.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
It sounded funny.
Yeah.
It did.
It's I think, and I'm in no position to judge, obviously, feels like he went to say champion and then realised, nope, that's not the word to say.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes when wrestlers will say, they go to say, and that's why I'm the world championship. And you're like, no, you're the world champion, but your brain just goes to, he did the opposite. So he said, I just found out I'm the #1 contender for the world championship.
Yes.
Yep.
But what does that mean if he doesn't have the power to protect it? Omega doesn't have leverage for this proposal that he's made, but he does have power. That's what Swerve's interested in. He doesn't want Omega removed from power. He wants his power and to block out anyone who thinks they can get it. If you want a rematch with Swerve, offer up your EVP status, he says. To be clear, when I beat you, I'll become AEW's new executive vice president.
This was such a goddamn shame on multiple levels. Swerve, since turning heel, the heel turn itself, his sort of character work where he basically kind of hid the heel turn. But if you go back and watch it, it makes sense.
Bit of an arsehole throughout, but everyone's like, it's a bit off, but that's fine.
Yeah. He's been really good. Bang on form after a tricky end to 2025. This was the worst thing he might have ever done in AEW that didn't have a trench in it. This promo was awful. Not for the first time. Swerve Strickland, when he tries to act sinister, either works really well or is cringe in the extreme. There's very little in between. This is cringe in the extreme.
I said to you, I got worried the moment there was a chair sat in the ring and a single spotlight.
It was edgying. And I will say as well, sometimes he's pretty class at cutting promos. There are times, it's like quite a few times, where he looks like he is terrified when he's got a microphone in his hand and he's bricking it. And I thought he just looked terrified out there and he couldn't get the words out and he was stumbling. Not a good promo at all. Well below his best. And this stipulation is I think it is just, and I'm hoping anyway, it's working on me because I want Kenny to win this match.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, really. And surely he will. And this is just a way to dress it up a little bit. But my God, they've been dealing with this. They've been doing this power stuff and remembering this power stuff and using this power stuff to inform Swerve's heel character. So I'm thinking, my God, they might end up doing something with it.
I saw people online confused. This wasn't the case. It was to remove their status. But people were genuinely saying, I don't think this was bad faith anyway. It might be, but whatever. Genuinely saying, I thought he already was an EVP because him and Ospreay won it from the books.
Yeah.
That was obviously to remove their status, not to win it from them. But the fact that people were already like, what's going on?
The idea that it's one of those where, remember when AEW started and they were like, oh, we're going to do a contract signing. It's like, oh, it's dead. Oh, great. It's just like WWE now. I was really excited about an alternative, but no, they've had to do like WWE. God damn it. Then they would do like their own spin.
Yeah.
And it would be like really great a lot of the times. And
They broke Dustin's arm. Is that the same? I remember that one.
Every time they did something that, WWE had done before as a wrestling promotion, they'd go, all right, well, it's ruined. Great. I was looking forward to that. And I was encouraged by the first few months, but guess what? They're just like WWE now.
Guess what?
But so instantly people might think, all right, well, general manager as it's now. Is it? Well, apparently it is.
Says,
yeah.
I thought he was going to say it's got to rhyme.
Even if Swerve wins, they'll find a way. And even if the way they find is terrible, Tony Khan is quite good at getting ridiculed into making things better. Oh yeah, the Young Bucks, he could just argue with Christopher Daniels for one segment of the show. We're not doing this anymore. It sucks. It would all work out fine. I don't think they're going to do it right, but I can't even believe.
Just how you said his name.
You thinking about him fucking himself? So what's that?
Yeah. So, even though I don't think they're going to go through with it, and if they did go through with it, I think if it was bad, they would just kind of, whatever. I hate it as an idea for this reason. This is Kenny Omega. Take a screenshot. I'm doing notes and research.
Yeah, you did research earlier, yeah.
This is Kenny Omega on a Twitch stream during, I think it's 2024. Because I think he's, when he's on Twitch, when he's recovering from diverticulitis.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I? This is a quote from Kenny Omega on Twitch, right? And it's not uncharacteristic of his words when asked about this sort of thing. This is Kenny Omega on Twitch 2024. Just because I represent a company or because I am an employee at one company over another, does that mean I love every storyline? Does that mean that I agree with every decision? No, of course not. I'm not the booker. I don't have power. I want your power, Kenny. Kenny Omega 2024. I don't have power. I haven't had power for more than 4 years now in that company. And I know that's going to sound odd because, like, well, Kenny, you're an EVP. I'm nothing. I am nothing. And I'll tell you why. It's because I'm a terrible EVP. I don't deserve to be an EVP. If people want to ask for my advice, I'll do my best to help them. If there's a fire to put out backstage, I'm going to do my best to be that person. But if we go back, and I don't want to have to comment on it, Brawl out, I'll do it just because it adds context to it. Basically, I thought my duty as an EVP during Brawl out would be to enter the situation while there was chaos and de-escalated. So basically, he is saying, not in storylines, but come on, everyone in AEW is online. They read the internet. They know the characters inside out virtually. It's the hardcore wrestling promotion, is it not? So Kenny Omega has repeatedly downplayed the idea of being an EVP. The Young Bucks had some fun with it in storylines, and maybe you should be able to separate storylines and reality. What you should see on TV is kind of a given. Then again, they reference so much stuff outside of it that I don't think they are giving themselves that leeway really necessarily. So the Young Bucks abuse the power in storyline. Yes, granted. But Kenny Omega rarely has as a heel, and if it was in 2021 or whatever. Like, he has outright said so often, yeah, I'm not really an EVP. It's kind of just an honorary thing. I mean, whatever. I don't really have, he said, I don't have power. I'm not the booker. I'm terrible at this job. Like, I love the Elite. I feel like I'm allowed to say this without people being, bent out of shape about it. Can we all agree that the EVP status has been considered a punchline for about 5 years? That's the general gist. No, they're not EVPs. What do they do, really?
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's unfair, even if the Bucks and Kenny Omega are present at every taping doing loads and loads and loads that we don't know about, that's not the perception. The perception is that honorary titles, because unlike virtually every independent contractor, they all deserve to be employees, by the way. They all deserve to be employees. But if any of them truly deserve, right, you can get all the benefits that come with being an employee. It's because the company wouldn't exist without you. You get the honorary title to maybe justify it. It's just like doing this storyline based on that. It's very empty to me.
I liked it. But then again,
here he is, Dr. Fed.
Yeah. But then I thought I'd sort of explain that a little bit with the Kenny Omega promo.
Thought that you didn't think the promo was good, though.
The Swerve one? No. A poor week for him in terms of his delivery of what he was trying to get out. But I didn't really have a problem with the match or the story or any of it. Like, Kenny, I didn't know about that Twitch thing. So,
but you must have known that he doesn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all it took was one little detail on this show to sort of remind me, oh yeah, Kenny Omega has a bit of swear around it, and Swerve has seen that and is personally offended by that. And from a booking point of view, if you need, two things. You need two things out of this. You need, one, a reason to justify the rematch from Swerve Strickland's heelish point of view when he's the number one contender. Like, why would a heel like voluntarily divert himself from that? And two, the sort of the secondary focus of Swerve Strickland to briefly take priority over the primary one, which is the world title. Like, I think they've done it. I think they've like looked at not necessarily as problems, but they're like, right, it's not MJF Swerve right now, and nor should it be really. If anything, we could probably do with delaying Swerve until Ospreay's got the belt, because the dynamic is just cleaner. I think they've done it. I think they've created a situation where the match has meaning that I can buy that the characters want. Kenny Omega's the one that's like called for the match, but yeah, Swerve would have no reason to offer that match up, especially not the number one contendership element of it. But you've reminded everybody that Kenny Omega wants to be the champion and wants to stay on this track that he's been on for all of this year. You've come up with the, in my opinion, completely rational explanation for why Swerve would want that power. He said right, well, Kenny knew that and I didn't, so that's pissed me off. Like, that attacks his ego as a performer. But also, I wouldn't even need any. I'd be the world champion if it wasn't for who? The Young Bucks. Like, he's never forgiven and forgotten. So he looks at all of that. In his mind, it's this, like, this top table, this glass ceiling. That's all it's ever going to be unless I get in your chair, you know? The world champion should have been it. And yet, here I am. I'm still not. You know, I can buy that in the Swerve Strickland character, justifying all the awful things he will continue to do now that he's a heel. And then you have this match next week that Kenny wins, so Swerve will have this, like that he wanted something, so he shouldn't have staked it. It was a bad call. So now he has to go off over there doing something else for a bit while Kenny has the match in Canada against MJF. You get that match that they've been promoting all year, and you kind of Swerve's next direction is rooted in a mistake he made. Like he was playing to win and he's lost temporarily, so now he has to like go off. You know, as we've seen with various other contenders this year, where they go off is almost just as important to kind of justify this busy title picture. And I don't know, I feel like this is pretty strong.
I think you've made a strong argument there. I can't see it from your perspective because there are literal canon events that have happened in AEW that would sort of inform Swerve's line of thinking and what is it. But like when I think of Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks as EVPs and their power, they've basically, whatever power they seem to have or influence over the booking or to appease them, it's basically so they can pal around in trios matches. Never seems like a vindictive use of it. If anything, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
My perception of them as EVPs is they use whatever sway they have or influence over Tony or like special privileges for founding the company and da-da-da. It's to do the opposite of being power-hungry, fame-hungry, self-serving, yeah. So there are canon events in AEW that support Swerve in this current character arc. I still don't believe it for a second.
Yeah.
I think both maybe are fair.
Yeah.
I think we might have got a clue as to maybe where he heads after this Omega match, immediately after this as well, because you hear from Mike Bailey, who's just about to face Mark Davis, and he says, you know, some people you look at them and they're just immediately a star, like my partner Kevin Knight, but some people have to scratch and claw like I have to get people to believe in you. And people like Kenny Omega started from nothing, fought his all his way to the top of AEW. So I believe myself to be a winner, and I immediately thought Swerve's going to kill you.
Which is good because of the Kevin Knight links as well.
Yeah.
Forcing a wedge between, like he did between Hangman
Kevin Nice to Knight Kevin Nice. Nice to see you, nice. That could be his catchphrase.
Yeah.
That could be good. That could be powerful. And in the meantime, he could potentially get Speedball MGF. Sign me up for that, just for MGF bantering him off alone. Kangaroo kick, but an actual crane kick. Crane kick.
I was waiting for somebody to fly in and kick Mike Bailey's head off here because the way they blocked it, like Renee was interviewing him with her back to the camera, and I was like, why did they have to space to the side? And nothing happened. It was just, there must have been a reason. But
without being, you know, like 1970s, 80s Dusty Rhodes or Ric Flair, Mike Bailey came off really well here. It's like, it's hard to just, I want you to win the title, actually.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he's just against that giant that is Mark Davis, and he's like, well, here we go. Kick to the face, drop kick, hits the ropes, and then Davies just shoulder tackles him, body slams him all over the place. Bailey fights back, missile drop kick out of the corner, running shooting star press. That gets a whole 1 count, that does. Davies rolled out to the apron. Bailey kicked him. Davies didn't move, so Bailey did it again. Davies just shouted at him at this point. So Bailey tripped him up, drop kicked him to the floor, and hit a crossover moonsault to take us to a break.
Have you described Mark Davis?
Sorry, where are my manners? He's, of course, got a great ass. When we come back, Davis just nails Bailey, heads up to the top with him, just carries him up there, but Bailey fights free, lands on the apron, kicks to the chest. Davis won't go down. Avalanche Liger Bomb. A whole 2 count this time.
Yeah.
Shooting star this time gets 2.5 basically. Davis wants the bounce back lariat, but Bailey nails him with a roundhouse kick. They're both down at this point. Davis wanted a gut wrench pile driver. Bailey holds on, just gets chopped, and Davis hits the BT bomb, a huge lariat, a pile driver, but Bailey kicks out. Davis wants another, but Bailey gets a snap Hurricane Rana pin for 2. Moonsaults, double knees. I love that move. Spinning corner kick, and the ultimate weapon gets Mike Bailey the victory.
This is class, obviously. again, if this was in front of the crowds that Dynamite has played in front of for the past month, it's like it's an extra star better. But you're always going to struggle with like a crowd who were just as weirdly low energy as this. As you really perfectly described in your recap, they told the perfect story of just that gradual fight and belief. And it was echoing the promo where Bailey had been like, for 20 years and all the rest of it, I've been doing this. And he just gradually never stopped believing, even in the face of this total monster that is Mark Davis. Yet another unbelievable night for him, by the way. And you know what, as well? And there's much to say about this. It's like, it was really, really well done. We sometimes mock Excalibur and his commentary because, he's kind of devoid of emotion and he's very stilted, and it's just like this really unintentional dissonance between the tone of the programming and his complete inability to sell it. He did a great call in this match when he said, God, I thought he was going to go for a brain buster. That was even worse when he smashed him back first on the apron. I thought it was really effective on X's part.
Love this. Totally different from the types of AEW matches that I don't like. Some of that might have been down to the promo that Mike Bailey cut beforehand, because it's a little bit un-AEW, truthfully, that. But knowing his direction and being given that little tell, and not just that he's getting a push, that he could be getting this he could be MJF's next TV opponent, as they've done with this MJF thing. Just like, I think Mike Bailey already was in like the top 10 to 15% of AEW signings ever. But the fact that Mark Davis is in such form at the moment as well, really good booking, and good matchmaking, because a very, very worthy win for Mike Bailey, without any kind of, it's left no damage on Mark Davis as well. This world title picture, I think, has been such a credit to Tony Khan and all the wrestlers involved. Like, it's proper spiderweb stuff. Like, they're never short of like 2 challenges minimum, and then the challenges have the consequences after the fact. That goes out and you get something as good as Andrade Bandito, which you can tie to both of them being in the title picture. It's been fabulously well booked, this title picture this year, constantly, and it keeps benefiting others when it opens outwards. So one invited Mike Bailey in, and already like he's more interesting as well. Like, trios belts, who cares? Like, now he's got this thing he can actually like hook onto.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
So speaking of the world champion, we see MJF backstage following Revolution, listing that he's done the greatest dog collar match of all time, Iron Man match of all time, Texas Death match now of all time. They call him Mr. Revolution, but he admits that the adrenaline is kind of worn off.
No one ever calls him that. I like that.
He admits
Mr. Excellence, that was my nickname.
He had like 50 at the end, didn't he, when he just gunned them all out. It was brilliant.
He says the adrenaline's kind of worn off now. Everything hurts. I can feel every bump and bruise. But it doesn't matter because I won. It was all worth it. Turned 30 today, obviously, on that day. Happy birthday again. He's accomplished more than most Hall of Famers, way ahead of schedule. Hangman Page had been a huge speed bump in his way, but he's off the board now. Only one name who's going to be regarded as the best wrestler in the world. He's on a one-way ticket to GOAT status, the Wolf of Wrestling, Salt of the Earth.
Salt of the Earth, that's me, MJF.
Generational talent, the big Hebrew, MJF. And now he's going to go and do what the greatest athletes do. Ask me what I want to do, and the cameraman does. And he screams he's off to Disney World and leaves a bloody kiss on the camera.
Excellent.
I mean, this is absolutely incredible.
I want to
from
see the
MJF.
footage.
Salt of the Earth.
Show us the footage of him at Disney World. That's what I want to see.
Yes, that'd be brilliant. That can be next week's MJF promo. Like, just stealing like sweets from the kids and stuff. Or like somebody's got like those Mickey Mouse and just takes them. Like, just dicking about at Disney World. I'll be up for that.
Yeah. He's obviously not going to do that. His presentation's completely different these days, but yeah, I can't lie. I'd like to see that.
And then we get the no-holds-barred match between Marina Shafir and, well, it was going to be Toni Storm, but unfortunately she was replaced due to a backstage attack by Mina Shirakawa. We saw the footage, by the way, of Renee prior to this approaching Luther, who's having a breakdown. And yeah, we see what's left of Toni Storm, I suppose, and Shafir saying what she did or did not do to Storm is no one's business. But Mina's about to suffer the same fate. And Mina comes out with a barbed wire bat. She's prepared. And bell sounds and she slightly clips Marina Shafir with a shot. But Shafir rips the bat away and slams Mina down, saying, I don't need the bat. Then she gets the bat. But Mina fights back, drop kicks, some kicks to light Marina Shafir up. Mina goes out, goes under the ring, finds a champagne bottle, ice bucket. She goes to take out Marina Shafir, but Shafir trips her. As the bottle's just bouncing around in the ring at this point. And as that's all going on, Marina Shafir's just chucking her all over the place with judo throws. And she flips off the fans as we go to a break. When we come back, Marina Shafir is sipping on the champagne and she spits in the face of Mina Shirakawa.
Oh my God.
But Mina...
press that button, you like the spot.
Yeah. God. Where are we? Mina goes for the chair in the ring. Shafir cuts her off.
I'm surprised you asked that question in the studio more, quite honestly.
Mina reverses to the tilt whirl onto the chair. Shirakawa. It's a tornado. But Shafir rolls through into Mother's Milk. Shirakawa's struggling. She gets away by raking the eyes. Shafir hits a running boot to the face, sets up a table at ringside, takes Shirakawa to the apron, and they go back and forth. Shafir hits a back suplex off the apron. This was a horrible bump for...
both of them.
Yeah, both of them. Shirakawa just missed completely, basically. But she kicks out at 2 when they go back inside, and then she nails Marina Shafir in the head with a champagne bottle. Storm 0. Surprise victory!
I thought this match was a bit sludgy, to be honest. I was just a little bit indifferent to it. There's nothing necessarily wrong with doing a slow plunder match, but it missed, like, I don't know, the energy of this sort of thing, the true violence. But, I mean, the rule is don't do it after a Coffin match, after a 45-minute Texas death.
Yes.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It's, if you take the ECW principle, by the way, where, you know, you could run multiple weapon spots pretty much all night long. AEW under Heyman, what we're talking about, the true origin, 94, the night the line was crossed. Obviously, it'd been happening before then, but that's the landmark. Yeah. So it's the Vince McMahon 1984 moment for ECW, right? You know, by 4 years in, obviously the Fed taking so much from it has not helped ECW at all. 4 or 5 years in, and they don't have the stars. Again, that doesn't help. But the kind of presentation's feeling a little bit like, I'm kind of done with this relentless stuff. Not to say it was all relentless. Yes, I understand. Dean Malenko wrestled there. Jesus Christ. But there was a lot. It's going to gradually lose its effect. I just would like to have not seen any weapony stuff after that Texas death for a long ass time. So when you see this mere days later, it's hard to get excited. I liked the attempt to be a little bit more gnarly with it, like a body slam on a chair. It was sold well, not that it necessarily needed much selling on Shirakawa's part. It looked like it sucked to take. I actually liked the completely botched table spot because I like a bit of dumb stuff in my wrestling from time to time. Like,
looks impactful.
Ate it. They ate it. I like when things go wrong. I like dumb stuff sometimes. Those moments as well when they've done a great job, and Shafir's done a great job of, like, casting her as this new threat, this badass. Sometimes when she's doing stuff like taking the sip of champagne and spitting it in the face, and I feel like it's better written down than it actually is when she does it at times. I don't know how much I'd be pushing her after this, Shafir, but if nothing else to keep her on side with a Ronda thing. I feel I wouldn't give her a title run or anything like that, you know?
That's really funny because I was watching this. So it wasn't that great, but I was watching her specifically thinking, you've gotten over the hump. You know exactly who you are and you can perform this now with confidence. And it doesn't matter that some of your matches aren't very good and some of your offense doesn't
It's just a shame after Sunday.
Yeah.
Just genuinely class.
Like, I think some of her offense doesn't look as convincing as she imagines it does, which is never going to change, I don't think. But it's in the eyes, isn't it? Like, she used to wrestle with that, like, nervousness, and this character can't do that.
Yeah.
And that's gone. She, like, in many respects, like the Toni Storm comparison, like, of when you watch an old Toni Storm match prior to this character, looks like a different human being. I would say you've got that with Marina Shafir now. I enjoy watching her because she's so locked into, well, I don't think she's locked in. I think she is this person. She's having fun with it. The bat is a really good example in a way because she almost caught herself. I don't need this stinking bat. Maybe I do, actually. Like, that wasn't, oh God, I screwed up. And she was really guilty of that a lot. And you can't help it, it's a performance thing. But the match wasn't great, but I do like this character. And to the point where it scanned as a pretty big upset when Marina Shafir got the win. So that must say something.
But you bought it as well because it's like anyone who gets hit in the head with the champagne bottles going down.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of like Marina Shafir getting beat, has value.
I need that bat. I don't need that bat.
But as I just look at my notes here, so that appears to be the one women's match on the show, which means before we get to the name of the game, we have to get to the aim of the game.
The aim of the game is to identify to the hour, minute, and second the first time you hear the first note for the first entrance theme for the first woman to come out and compete for the only women's match on Dynamite. The idea being, come here, I'll let you in a little secret. Okay. Have you ever noticed Conspiracy Corner? You ever noticed how more often than not always, but more often than not, these women's match tend to fall in that 1 hour 20 minute, 1 hour 25 minute range. That's when they start. What's going on there? Yeah. Is it possible that there's some big conspiracy at large here? And the pattern is if they do an hour of pretty much wall-to-wall balls, concentrated cock, okay. If they do all that, all blokes, no wokes, for a full hour, and then they slip in, how did they get in there? A women's match just before the main event. There'll be something called the sunk cock fallacy at play here, where it's like they are trying to hide the fact, they're trying to do two things at once here, guys. I've blown the lid off this thing. They're trying to hide the fact that they do women's wrestling and say to the wokes, see, we do women's wrestling all at the same time. I think there's some kind of operation here where it's like they feel like they have to do it. And if they didn't feel like they had to do it, there'd be more of it. And if we can just nail it to the second, we could italicize, underscore, and put in bold the pattern that we are noticing. Okay, because they're thinking, right, okay, well, we have to put the women on. Right. We do. But what about the wokes? What about, sorry, who's that, Sidge? Forget about the wokes. We need to think about the blokes, goddammit, the bread and butter. The real American bread and butter. Okay. What are they going to think when they see the ladies? Okay, they're probably going to be disgusted by this. Okay. Just think of them as two guys who I'll create tulpas of right now. Jim and Joe from Little Cock, Arkansas. What are they going to think when they're sat down watching Dynamite on the TBS on a Wednesday night, 8/7 Central? It was a good match there. I like that between, what's that, Mark Davis, good fat ass on that boy. And that little, who's that? Speedball Mike Bailey. Oh, wow, I like him. What? Well, hang on. Why did you change the clicker to the View? I didn't, Jim. What the hell are you talking about? This is my wrestling. And now there's a ladies, and if I look carefully, there ain't no boyfriend. Where's the boyfriend? Who's the boyfriend? They're coming out here to wrestle. They're coming out here to wrestle me. She could punch me all night long. No, they're not. No, they're coming here to wrestle each other. Well, where's the jelly? I'm confused by all this. They're coming here to wrestle each other, Jim, because they're incredibly talented athletes. And they are often better than the men. Not necessarily on this episode, but on a lot of episodes. Well, guess I'll give it a chance. No, you don't jack it to them. You well, what the f? If we're not jacking it, what are they good for? They're ladies. You know, that's what they're thinking. Well, you know, women aren't just things. Check it out, Joe voted for Obama, everybody. Right, on the cat, I've done Jim and Joe. Jingle eyes it, sure can. When the women come out to play, the main event ain't too far away. Ladies' night. Just didn't know where I was going with that one there.
Real American bread and butter.
I also really like the idea of one day.
It's unbelievable.
Someone
That's never ever been said in human history. Old-fashioned real American bread and butter.
The fact it sounded like Brett and butter as well. There's a hit man with a big tub of butter.
Oh, God.
We get one tub a month. There's 40 of you. Make it last. Make it last. Go up the edges. Go up the edges. Make it last.
Bruce, have you been playing tic-tac-toe in the f***ing butter again?
So I think I thought about there when I started.
Make it last. One side each gate. It's 12 of you. It's gonna be hard. You're blind.
Real Canadian bread and butter.
I had the mental image of someone turning up to AEW. And then we're like, what have you got there? That's just a sign. What does it say? AEW's the best. Oh, fantastic. Turn around. Wait a second. It says sunk cock fallacy on the back here.
That's not how you spell fallacy.
Oh, God.
Oh, right. Anyway. Thanks, as always, to the Panda Blair himself, Adam Blair, at Adam Wilson 4 and Jose Palomares at the Ho 11. The guys who always take care of the
Data.
Thanks for this sort of thing. Thanks to Jose for stepping up in recent weeks. And some good news. Not only is Adam Blair feeling a little bit better, but he has achieved fricks.
What the hell are you talking about?
He has been elected a Fellow of the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors. So congratulations.
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 But I just really, really popped the other day when I saw that. I achieved fricks. I assume AJ Styles is there too.
AJ Styles.
Yeah, he probably worked really hard for it. Watch how quickly we trivialised it. Congratulations, mate.
Sidgwick, what was our guess?
Deep send. This is not a bit, not that we do bits, but Michael Sidgwick, 0 hours, 45 minutes, 31 seconds. Adam Wilbourn,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And Michael Hamflett with 1 hour, 41 minutes, 0 seconds.
Sound good. Oh.
I don't actually know the answer.
It's another win for Willie. The OTJ creeps ahead, says Adam Blair. 4 correct guesses on the year for me.
Sidge misunderstood the game, which is crazy considering how he explains the rules so well. He did the prediction for crashing a speeding car.
Oh, right.
Yes. Yeah.
But he leads the standings for that one. But yeah, 4 for me for the year, 3
What
for you,
did Joe
Hamflett.
make of that? What did they make of that?
Well, good. I was surprised there ain't no woman in it. Yes. Yes. Because you can't drive, they can't wrestle. I can't drive, I'm allowed to make that joke under the guise of Joe.
So after all this, Renee's backstage with Andrade. He wants the
What
AW.
was the actual time?
Oh, sorry, yeah. 1 hour, 25 minutes and 59 seconds.
1 hour, 25-minute range. I'm telling you, I'm going to blow this case wide open. I swear to God.
Renee's backstage with Andrade. He wants the AEW World title. There's John Cruz. Fantastic to see him back on screen. More of him and MJF, please, in my opinion. He's got a briefcase, and there's a phone with Don Callis' face on it, and he's telling Andrade to accept the briefcase. Andrade says, wait a second, are we working for MJF? And Callis says, look, Darby Allen's become a pest, and we're going to take care of the problem for this briefcase, basically. And Cruz thanks Don Callis and leaves.
Money law between Andrade and Darby.
Yep.
We've got I mean, Darby Allen, we take the piss out of him today, but he's got incredible chemistry with everyone by virtue of being an awesome pro wrestler. Him and Andrade is going to feed families, as the youth say today.
Yeah.
And then we get
We've taken the piss out of him today. Justified taking the piss.
main event of the evening.
Oh,
it
thank
was Jack Perry and the Young Bucks versus Kazuchika Okada and the smelliest tag team in all of wrestling, Roppongi Vice.
Always forget that bit.
I was saving it. They kept mentioning him earlier. I was like, not yet.
That's a big finish, is it?
It's a good bit.
Trent Barretta and Rocky Romero. Love Rocky Romero, man.
Yeah, he's the best.
Okada immediately flips off the Bucks and Perry. There's a snap Hurricane Rana and a drop kick. They go to flip Okada off, but they get attacked by Roppongi Vice, who get sent outside by the Bucks. Okada's all alone. He's pleading with the Elite. He even tries to start a chant, I believe, but he just gets nailed with chops. There's a twisting dive from Nick onto...
Fun bit, wrong time, but God, I love Kazuchika Okada, man.
A dive from Nick onto Roppongi Vice. Perry hit an Orihara moonsault onto the pile. Perry wanted a sacrifice knee, but he gets stopped by Romero, and that allows Okada to take advantage and taken out by the heels as we go to a break. It will pose. When we come back, there's a hot tag to Nick Jackson, who cleans house, walks the ropes, arm drag from the top. Okada cuts off a super kick, though, boasts about it, and then there's Matt ready for a PK on the apron instead. There's a super kick party, but Rocky Romero, I think it was, managed just to redirect Matt to kick Nick. So Rocky's like, well, we should do it then. But Trent kicks him by accident. They all go, Roppongi Vice gets put in sharpshooters, and Perry takes Okada and puts him in the snare trap. They do make it to the ropes, though. There's an assisted Storm Zero by Roppongi Vice on Matt, but Perry breaks it up. They mock the Bucks, pose to the heels, and try a triple tombstone, but I think they all got bit in the dicks, basically.
Did, yeah.
Triple super kick. Rocky is the EVP trigger, and a sacrifice knee for the 1-2-3.
I mean, it was fine. I would argue, though, that especially with the cockbiting that led to the finish and like Okada's clowning and all the rest of it, like, I know you need some lighter parts of the show doing this sort of thing in the main event after Revolution. I just thought time and place. You know, am I wrong on that?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I just thought like there's a time and place to do this.
I was trying to reorganize the show in my head as to what to put last, and all I can land on is Ospreay.
You can
but
do
then
anything
Ospreay,
you want. You can do anything you want.
Ospreay doesn't really lead into. I suppose you can.
You can do anything you want. You could have the Young Bucks a little bit. I mean, they expressed this in the promo, I guess, but like a little bit humiliated that they were kind of arrogant enough to walk into a building just because it was near where they grew up and think they could win a match, so much so that they brought the kids there, and then they're goofing off in the main event. It's like, it's just, you know, when you are not serious people, that accusation will get thrown at AEW constantly and almost justified. It's just either not serious people enough at the time.
yeah. Like tonally, this wasn't right, was it? Yeah. Probably shouldn't have booked the match, actually.
Yeah, they can book anything you want.
Yeah. It's not about fitting this somewhere else on Dynamite. It's about not booking it.
Yeah, I understand, like the Bucks, California, they could have booked them against any other tag team in a more serious match of like, right, well, we're going to get back on track here, and this is what we need to do. I mean, it's like, it's the new mission, it's a new raison d'etre of the characters.
The promo. I thought the segment was good that came next and didn't need to follow a match in order to happen as well. Like Jack Perry could have put the belt on the line
They
against...
never need to follow a match, mate, but they always do.
Yeah. Like, Jack Perry could have put the belt on the line against Rocky Romero or something. I would have scowled at the sight of the graphic.
Yes.
But you could have done that if you wanted to re-establish Jack Perry, which they've done here quite successfully, I think. And then just had the Young Bucks come out and say, sorry about last night. Sorry about losing the weekend, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so they get the mic afterwards, say they blew, as you mentioned, blew a Revolution, so sure of themselves, whole family at ringside, kids wearing special gear. They lost. FTR with a better team on Sunday. Matt talks about going to his birthday later that night, not being able to look anyone in the eye. They're dead, yelling at them, though, to keep their heads up. Remember who you are. Best tag team on the planet. Arena's filled with fans who still believe.
Dead.
They're dead.
That's breaking news.
Did I say dead?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dead
sorry.
on Tony Storm.
But he's not wrong. They know who the hell they are. If it means having to claw their way back to the top, they swear there's not a team in the back who will keep them from getting to the tag team titles for a fourth time. And then out comes Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. Copeland says, we respect the hell out of you guys. It's one of the best tag matches I've ever seen against FTR at Revolution. Don't hang your head. You're too good for that. But FTR...
He's an arse, isn't he? When, without the use of a ladder, and even then, I don't know, have you ever worked a match with your storyline brother half as good as that? Answers on a postcard, please.
You're a couple of great kids. You're gonna go far in this business.
Yes. Triple H didn't really want you no more. And graciously at the end of the promotion that they found it. And you going on like that.
Ruffling their hair.
But FTR didn't just attack the Bucks' family. They attacked Copeland's wife. Beth Copeland is a badass, he says. She's a glamazon for a reason. After 6 months waiting to see if she needed spinal fusion surgery, he'd been unable to look her in the eye, but now she's out of the woods.
6 months?
I'm going to worry if you're going to need spinal fusion surgery, and also might film some TV or something. That's a matter. But he's back to rectify all this. Breaking their faces isn't the best way.
Good way of getting out the chores, isn't it, in the household? I'm sorry, I can't do the dishes. Just can't look you in the eye right now. He just goes to bed and just goes on his phone.
5 more minutes on Reels.
Oh.
This is me and you, dude. Sorry, I just can't look you in the eye right now.
Wallop. About yours free kicks.
Sorry, until I win a passion cup, I can look you in the eye. Anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm on for a hattie.
Wilbourn City over here.
Sidgwick, don't talk like that just because you missed. You can always score next time.
Yeah, he says breaking their faces isn't the best way to get back at them. It's taking what they hold dearest, and that's the AEW tag team titles.
Do both.
And he wanted the Bucks to hear it from them first. A Dynasty in Toronto. FTR versus Cope and Cage 2 for the AEW tag team titles. Cage says, look, it might be better for you three guys, but for me, if I've got titles, make more money. But it is also personal for him as well, because they want to prove they're the best tag team of their generation and this generation as well.
Neither.
FTR's music hits.
Don't line that, because Christian just being a unrelenting dickhead.
Yeah.
Even in this like babyface arrangement is good. Like they're good with that character.
Yeah, there's no reason doesn't really. We've got to get him to prove we're the best of everybody.
Cash and we're better than you.
Yeah.
Shake hands.
Stokely goes to cut a promo and he's just immediately told to shut up by everybody. And I don't just mean in the arena, I mean the guys in the ring as well. And he just goes, go and get them. FTR go to get them, but they get their asses handed to them. And they get beaten down. There's kicks in the dicks and all the usual stuff here. But tag belts have been dropped, but they're picked up at the same time by the Bucks, Cope and Cage. There's a bit of a tug of war. But the Bucks let them go and leave, and FTR stare down Cope and Cage to close the show.
Fine. Like, Cope just gives me the ick. A bit.
The rated ick superstar.
Yeah. A bit stilted and all that, but, it got the job done.
Yeah. It was pretty cool seeing the graphic. Like, I'm excited for the match, and as we said after the pay-per-view,
I didn't really like the first one, to be honest.
They edged, and Cope and Dax love the spear at the moment, don't they? He's kicking his ass with that spear. That's twice in the last few days. They both look really good.
Yeah.
Is he kind of a little bit insecure now that Braun Breaker's taking it and
done it miles better.
highlighted that his was kind of rubbish all along?
Yeah.
Explain something to me.
Oh,
No, for real, that's right.
Gassed.
Why because I heard your groan. What is it about a tug of war over belts that people hate so much?
It's just lame, innit?
Is it? It's like a thing, like it's a thing that two sides can both pull on. It's like, I don't hate this spot. I think it was used very ineffectively once. Like,
yes.
The Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar one as a go-home angle when the whole thing had been so garbage anyway was poor.
I don't
And they
know.
look
Like
part
I never
it's
used.
just like it's an instinct that
I,
a lot of
I
people
never
have.
used to. I never used to hate it, but we've seen so much in the way of hello, future opponent that I don't know about yet. My eyes are up here because they're looking at the belt constantly.
Unless it's Cope, he's
And
looking nowhere near.
it's. I don't like the device of that. Sorry, when they're centering out of the belt.
Yeah.
I never liked it really. Right, it was bad in Triple H's NXT towards the end of like, oh god, AEW's coming to kick our ass. Triple H got obsessed with that. I really started to dislike the trope then, and I'm a bit like you with this. You know, when you hate the ball knowers and that.
Yeah.
I hate the Fed Stan accounts on Twitter because they'll do a screenshot of Randy Orton looking at Cody's belt. Like, God, great long-term storytelling. It's like, it's not, man. What's the plot? What are the themes?
Yeah.
Tell me what a story actually is, bozo. It's so easy to fool people like you're telling the story.
Yeah. So it's too literal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just belt stuff in general, just, you know.
Well, let us know your thoughts. We had a lot of fun today. Let us know your thoughts on AEW Dynamite in the comment section below, or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Well, actually, you can follow all four of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
hamflettx@gmail.com. I'm also on Cameo.
follow Michael Sidgwick at
Sidgwick.
follow our brilliant producer Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nicholas.
and you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. And make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling wherever you get your podcast from for daily wrestling podcasts. But for now, it's been the Dynamite Review. My thanks to Hamflett, to Sidgwick, to Nicholas. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.